Okay, so I know a few people have asked me to talk about this, and this is kind of an interesting to talk about. So, a while back it was announced we were going to get, right after Batman vs. Superman movie, we were going to get a Suicide Squad movie. Because that's what you follow up with the two biggest characters in comic book history after they meet for the first time on the movies. You put a bunch of villains in one movie together to have that as a follow-up. Not the character you're going to have show up that's been a female character and a titular member of the DC universe as well as member comic book history as well. You don't follow up with that. You go with this. Right? That's the logical option. I mean, yeah, you could argue, oh, but Guardians of the Galaxy really worked. Yeah, but they worked their way to Guardians of the Galaxy. They didn't go like, okay, Superman and Batman did good, bring in the Guardians. Now, having said that, though, I am interested in this film. Having said all that, I am very, very interested in Suicide Squad. I'm actually becoming a fan of David Ayer's directing because I think he's a good pick for this role. Let me talk about the director, David Ayer. David Ayer, I recently watched one of his movies, Fury, his newest film, Fury, which was the World War II movie that was, for the first time ever, I didn't hate Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, you heard me. I didn't hate Shia LaBeouf in this film. In fact, I was like, huh, you're actually playing a good character in here. Okay. Yeah, so... Anyway, and the whole thing of the movie is these horrible people that have just been jaded by war put together in this situation, and it's this bloody, violent film. And yeah, I think David Ayer is the right guy to... After watching Fury, I'm like, huh, I have a little more faith in him for Suicide Squad. Because if I'm going to get a bloody movie with a bunch of irredeemable assholes, I might as well, get what I paid for, am I right? As much as I'd love to see this be an R-rated film, we're not going to get that, though. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about the cast, because the entire cast was revealed. Yeah, we still don't know half the character, what other characters are going to be in Batman vs. Superman yet, but we now know what's going to be in Suicide Squad. We know the entire cast outside of Amanda Waller and a few other characters. But we know a whole slew of characters for the Suicide Squad. And I'm going to talk about them. Yeah, almost 3 minutes in and now I'm going to start talking about it. So let's get on with it. So first and foremost, so let's talk about the first two. Jared Leto has been officially cast as the Joker, and like I said, Margaret Robbie is officially playing Harley Quinn. It's been talked about. I did do a video on it, but yeah, it's been official. They're officially cast. Now the big question is, if Jared Leto going to be in the film? Is he going to be as the Joker? Is he going to be officially part of the Suicide Squad, or is he just going to be like a flashback character? Is he going to be a character in there that is going to be shown in Harley Quinn's past? Because I have no doubt our Harley is going to be in the Suicide Squad. There is no doubt about that. But the big thing is Joker going to be in the Suicide Squad? Or are they going to have Joker in here, play a little background in here, and then have him show up in the standalone Batman film that they're quote-unquote doing as well? I don't know. That's the big question. Because obviously Jared Leto's a big actor. He's very much out there, and of course his band 30 Seconds to Math is also... So this guy's a very big name actor. But the big thing is with Jared Leto is how much he's going to play Joker. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's only one Joker, and that's Heath Ledger, even though I shit on him for saying, oh, there's only one Joker, and it's Jack Nicholson, and before then I said it was Cesar Romero. Sometimes no one can be happy. Now, look, Heath Ledger is probably going to be, hands down, probably the best Joker we've seen in a while, in like ever. But here's the thing. If you want a gritty, dark Joker, in a modernized Joker, there you go. But I don't think Jared Leto is going to try to outdo Ledger. I don't think that at all. What I think he's going to do is a more comic book version of the Joker. He's going to be doing a more, comic book version, more like something at a Killing Joke kind of Joker. That's what I think. He's not going to try to upstage Heath Ledger. He's going to do his own Joker. He's going, DC's probably looking at, doesn't want to do the Nolan trilogy over again. Well, Warner Brothers wants to, and DC is trying to be like, no, let's not. And even Zack Snyder's like, let's not do that. So I think what the big thing is that he's not going to try to rehash Ledger's Joker. I don't think he's going to do that at all. What I think is going to be is that it's going to be more like something we've seen in the comics. Probably I would not be surprised in the least if they do the New 52 Joker with the whole face cut off thing. I would not be shocked at all if they did the whole, oh, Joker cut his face off, and Jared Leto's now wearing a Joker face, it would not shock me. I mean, they're already doing enough with the New 52 as it is, obviously having Harley Quinn on this roster and a few other things. So again, New 52 Joker would not surprise me if he was in this film. But again, we don't know if he's just going to be shown in flashbacks of Harley Quinn, or he's going to be an official member, or is he just going to... Hell, he could even show up as an after-credits scene for all we fucking know. Anyway, so let's go on to the next one. Margaret Robbie, I don't know a lot about her, but she's an award-winning actress, so I'll give her that. So, yeah. Tom Hardy as Rick Flag. Tom Hardy, who's already been in a DC movie, Bane, playing as Bane, is now going to be playing Rick Flag. And for those who don't know who Rick Flag is kind of like he's like the field leader of the Suicide Squad. He's the group's, he is more or less the group's like field leader, and Waller's second in command, more or less. He's their guy on the ground, he's the one who takes charge kind of thing. So I think Hardy's really going to be really good in that role. I mean, I find it funny that he's back to doing another DC role after playing Bane in another... But then again, how many times have we seen that already? We've seen that with Chris Evans and, of course, him playing both Human Torch and Captain America. So it kind of reminds me of that situation. But let's talk about the big one. Let's talk about the one that a lot of people are like, whoa, no. Will Smith as Deadshot. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, they've changed races on Floyd Lawton in this movie. That's obvious. But here's the thing. I think Will Smith could pull it off. But here's the thing. I don't want to see... Because Will Smith, in some cases, plays the same character in every movie. It's kind of like with Tom Cruise. He plays Tom Cruise in every movie. Will Smith has this, too, where he plays the same character in every movie. And, again, you could say, well, Floyd Lawton is, Deadshot is this big, this kind of cocky, knows he can always get the best shot. And then again, you're right. But on the other hand, a lot of people have changed Deadshot's personality through most of the time. And, not to say he can't do it, I just can't see Deadshot being kind of cocky anymore, or, hey, I'm the best shooter ever. When you look at modern Deadshot these days, especially under Gail Simone's Secret Six run, and even some of Adam Glass's Suicide Squad run, you can see more of the straight man, I'm doing this because there's no other way out, and I'm bound for hell kind of thing. So, I don't know if that's going to be like, the modernized if that's going to be the best modernized Deadshot. I'm not saying, oh, he's black, he can't be Deadshot. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I kind of think Will Smith as Deadshot is kind of awesome, but I just don't want him to be Agent K with wrist pistols. I don't want that at all. I want the kind of Deadshot I've seen in Secret, and I hate to be like Secret Six was awesome. Well, unfortunately it was, so yeah. And that's where I think a lot of people, this and the New 52 Suicide Squad run, have really been like, oh, Deadshot's badass. But let's face it, Gail Simone really started that up with, Deadshot being a big thing. But I digress. I guess at bottom line, it comes down to we'll just have to wait 2 years to see what he does. But again, I think Will Smith can kill it. I think he can be really good as Floyd Lawton. But the thing is, I don't want Agent K with wrist pistols. Like I said, that's the only thing. Do not make him like this. Nothing really matters. Make him a little more darker, more like again the modern Deadshot we've seen. Anyway, let's talk about the next one. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. Again, this was something I've talked about in the Suicide Squad movie. The Suicide Squad has always been like this constantly changing roster, but I said it when they announced the Suicide Squad movie, I talked about pretty much the only two characters you really need in a Suicide Squad movie, in a team anyway. Of course you need Waller in there, but the two characters you really need in there are Captain Boomerang and Deadshot. Hell, you probably don't even need Captain Boomerang sometimes. You could just, all you need is really Deadshot. Everyone else is interchangeable. So that's kind of the thing. So it's really cool that they have both Deadshot in here and Captain Boomerang, and I really hope they kind of keep that rivalry between Deadshot and Boomerang in here. I really do. Jay Courtney's not an actor I'm familiar with, but I do know he's an Australian actor. That's really all I know. And I'm not saying, oh, they got, I do know, however, actually, no, I do know him from, I do know that he's going to be in Terminator Genisys. He's playing Kyle Reese in Terminator Genisys. And the trailer, yes, I know, the trailer's coming out tomorrow. But, yeah, I haven't really seen this actor. I don't really know what he does. I mean, it's cool that they got an Australian actor to play an Australian character. I mean, they rarely do that. In movies, they rarely get, the right nationality for each one. But, it's kind of, I find it kind of funny that, hey, we got this. So I think it's cool that we got, I think it's cool that we have Captain Boomerang in here, and I know we're going to get a Flash movie. So, yeah, I think that's all around kind of cool that we got a Flash villain before we get the Flash. Actually, that's not really cool. But then again, they could build up to the Flash, actually, now that I think about it, so never mind. And finally is Kara... She's a model. That's all I really know. She's a model, and she's going to be in the Pan remake. That's all I literally know about her. I cannot pronounce this last name, and she's playing the Enchantress. Not the Enchantress from Thor, totally different Enchantress. So, yeah, okay, we're introducing magic in here, which I thought we weren't going to fucking do. Oh well, maybe they'll make her like it's science or something, I don't know. And I know there have been talks, like originally there was talks for Aidan Gillen to play Deathstroke. Yeah, most of you guys would know Aidan Gillen for playing Peter Baelish in Game of Thrones. And I'm sitting here thinking, he's a great actor, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see him as Slade. I just can't see him as Slade. I actually kind of see him more as like a Lex Luthor type character. Aidan Gillen's a great actor, I'm not shitting on him at all. But here's the thing, I just can't see him as Slade. I can't really see him as Slade Wilson. And now we don't even know if Deathstroke's going to be in this movie or not. Because he was in talks, but then he said no, apparently, and now he won't be in the film, but who knows? Maybe they'll just find another actor to play Deathstroke. I personally am fine. I'm completely content with Manu Bennett. In my, that's my Deathstroke. That's also Anthony's Deathstroke. Anyway, I'm not trying... Now, look, I know I've kind of been like, I don't know. Look, I'm interested in this film, but like I've said in the past, DC, you haven't really given me a lot to be inspired about. You've made it with Man of Steel, but even with Man of Steel, I've gone back and looked at that film and been like, man, there are a lot of mistakes in here. And everyone, myself included, is worried about, Batman vs. Superman. This is the two biggest characters in comic book history. Do not fuck this up! And again, that whole... Because again, let's face it, wasn't Green Lantern supposed to be the start of a DC cinematic universe? That didn't happen, did it? So I am, I am interested. I do want Suicide Squad to succeed. I think they've got the right director. I think Will Smith is going to be a good Deadshot. As long as he doesn't play it as a comedy role. Do not make it a comedy role is all I'm saying. He can be a serious actor, but for the most part, a majority of his characters are the same. He has played, more serious type characters. Like I've said before, and I'm saying this for the third time now, don't make him Agent K with a scope. And again, Tom Hardy, I think he's a great actor. It's going to be really interesting to see him as Rick Flag. Jared Leto. I'm really, actually, out of all of them, honest to God, I think the one I'm most excited for is Jared Leto as the Joker. I am really excited to see, I am really curious to see what he'll do as the Joker, and even more so, I would love to see his Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman go head to head. I want to see that. So anyway, I do apologize if I sound like I'm shitting on this film. I don't mean to. It's just that DC has screwed us all before, am I right? So yeah, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the casting for Suicide Squad? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? And who would you have wanted to play these other characters? And what other characters would you have wanted? And do you think they'll stick around? And if they have Deathstroke in here, who do you want as Deathstroke? Anyway, once again, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.